What's going on, my silly old motherfuckers? I hope you enjoy the first 2 episodes of the Lou Love Lines YouTube world. They're delaying it being buffered. I think they're like, look, what's this motherfucker doing? Now we're gonna switch over to the first episode of Lou After Dark. Now it's real simple. This is gonna be surviving the economic crash, like what's coming now. So that's the topic I'm gonna run across. So let's start with the process. Okay, I just had somebody right now, like this is the amount of phone calls that are like coming in. Like fuck it, let's start with this one. Oh no, you're back.
Hey Lou, it's me again, brother.
Talk to me. Surviving the apocalypse. I mean, you already got your camel parked outside. You're good to go. It's better.
You know what?
Shoot.
You know, there's something you said on one of your YouTube videos, bro, and I really took it to the heart. You want to know what it was?
What's that, brother?
You said, wait, 1 is none, but 2 is 1.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that?
And your second one, you tie it to a string and you attach it to your body so you don't lose it. That's life.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it is, man.
So what's your plan for surviving the economic collapse, brother? Talk to me.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I was just talking to my beautiful wife right now. This is gonna sound crazy, but I promise you, this is what I'm planning to do. You might say that I'm a kid or a child or an ignorant, whatever you want. This is what I told her. I'm like, listen, Las Vegas, I'm taking my pen and a piece of paper, and I want to sit down with Lou and ask him what kind of investments are good for the upcoming crash. Because as a truck driver, I promise you, man, I'm a little bit narrow-minded. I don't know where to start or how to start planning for things.
No, listen, listen. Here's the deal. Like, when it comes to, like, you know, everybody in the back of their mind always thought about what happens when the music stops playing. And that was always the scary topic, but coming up the way I did, I had a chance to bounce around a lot of people that they saw the math, they saw the writing on the wall. And going forward, you know, like whenever I made money, no matter how things were good, even when I was fucking living the life like a fucking pimp with a bag full of money, at the end of the day, I always knew in the back of my head, this shit is all gonna go away one day. It went away in Argentina, it went away in Venezuela, it went away in Greece. I mean, look at the people right now in Ukraine. We all have that day. So as far as like what would I invest in? Here's the thing. An economic collapse is different than a stock market downturn. That's the one thing you have to get in your brain. A stock market downturn creates opportunities. You can buy when everything gets down and then it'll eventually go up. An economic collapse, that's the one that's the hard one. So like if I was just gonna do for a market downturn, economic downturn, you know, there's some plays that at the end of the day you can get yourself into them. And like, you know, like you look, for example, like companies like Tesla, you know, things like Apple, those, you know, they'll get chopped down and stuff like that, but they're technically not going anywhere because they have the cash reserves. So if you wanted to do stuff with stocks, you know, you got the metals, your golds, your silvers. You have certain coin that you can get into. Obviously, out of all the coins, I rank them as Bitcoin number 1. Then I go, people are going to go, what are you talking about, Lou? How can you not say Ethereum number 2? I don't. The number 2 that I'm actually saying right now is SOLANN, Solana, whatever, it's smart contracts. I actually go with that one. It's a small buying price now, so bigger upside. XRP, we still have to see, you know, how that rolls out. Ethereum, I'm just a little bit fucking like, you know, I know a lot of people are betting on it. I know the FT market, they're building mansions on the metaverse, you know, based on Ethereum. So I mean, it has application, but if you have Bitcoin and you, let's say, get on a plane from Ohio and land in Johannesburg, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to the Middle East, they'll take it. So gold, silver, Always keep cash on you. And at the end of the day, own your home if you can, own your land. And at the end of the day, own your food. So that's a short one.
True. Quick question, Lou. Do you mind that when we come down to Las Vegas, if I bring like a pen and paper and just take more
No. Listen,
from you?
I'm gonna be down there a couple of days because obviously traveling on planes kind of like sets me back a couple of days, so I got to reset. So definitely, I know the screen of your face here. So at the end of the day, tell your wife I said hello. Tell mom I got an incredible business for her, and we're good, man.
Okay. One last question, I promise you.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Here's the thing, Lou. Okay.
Shoot.
I understand that you've experienced both sides, the dark side and our side, right? The light side. And my question to you, and I don't mean to put you in trouble at all, I promise you.
No.
As far as, if you don't mind me, after your permission, asking you this, with the time frame, I know in order to be an investor, patience has to kick in. But okay, I'll just say this, plainly. Are we looking at, for example, a rip in May or June, or that's something that?
Well, here's what I'm looking at. The best way to describe it is this way. We're looking at possibly a downturn, a market downturn, not an economic, not a societal collapse. We're looking at a market downturn right now, which is going to force the funds on the other side to scramble.
When is the market downturn do you think it's going to happen?
It's happening already. I wish I can go into the whole details, but we got it right now. That interest rate that came in, that changed a lot of things. I talked about it a lot, and we talked last night on the Discord, and I can listen. At the end of the day, you got this world is we're dealing with a lot of high-level motherfuckers with a lot of money and certain things said in a certain way. All I can tell you is this way. Just watch the next 30 days on what's going to be happening with the market, with money availability, and as we go forward. So just hang tight for that one, brother. Just hang tight.
Copy that.
Giant love, brother. Let me get on to another call. Maybe somebody's thinking about buying 800 chickens. Giant love, man.
Okay,
Giant love.
all right, man.
All right, so we go now. All right, let me see now. All right, I think this person just called me back, so let me call. I'm just calling motherfuckers that call now, so this is how we do it. What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up, big dog? Listen, I'm just calling people back that message me or call me. We're doing the Lou After Dark, talking about the economic collapse. So at the end of the day, just wanted to return your call and tell you that I got your message. So giant hugs. Hopefully you're preparing for what's coming.
That, bro.
Nah, you sound like you're just chilling and stuff. Like you got pizza coming in or something?
Nah, man, I was lying down. I gotta wake up early tomorrow so my wife can rest. Tomorrow's Mama's Day. I'm saying so.
Well, you make sure that when she wakes up, make her breakfast, give her a hug, and at the end of the day, have a beautiful life, man.
Ya lo sabe.
Cuídate, papa. Cuídate.
Once again, thank you a lot for.
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm trying to keep you motherfuckers sane because, see, I've already been through stupid shit in my life before. So for me, I know what you guys are going through. So, giant love. Cuídate.
Que Dios te bendiga.
También. 2 seconds here. Alrighty, here. Let's go here. Let's see who's calling now. So many calls to scan by. The next one that pops up. All right, here's the deal. The economic collapse. Like there's two different things. I said the stock market going down. I'm not worried about that shit. That's an opportunity because it goes down, it goes up. Just like when it did with coronavirus. It went down. I said, holy shit. And I went in and I did what I had to do. Economic collapse type stuff. Oof. That's a whole different. That's chicken at $2 billion. Shit, you can't even find a chicken at that time. So I think people are still, don't mess with Filipino crazy bitches. See, people are still calling right now from the Lou Love lines. So I don't know how I will switch it over. But anyway, let me just right now go to missed call, 18 minutes. Okay. I understand. Now people are calling me on the regular line. No, it has to be WhatsApp. I got Temecula, California. I even got people in Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, you'll be fine. There's plenty of food here. There's fucking tons of rich people. There's gold in the mountains. There's whatever. We'll be fine. Let me see here. Let me go back to, all right, the WhatsApp. So here's the deal. So this little series of the economic collapse stuff, this one is economic downturn, collapse, whatever. Look, everybody asks me, you know, like, what's my thought? You know, what's going to happen with the market? How do we get, hold on a second. Let me call somebody here. I'll call this person 1 second. You know, how do we prepare for it? Remember what I always said, your situation may be different from somebody else's situation. Somebody might live in a farmland. Somebody might have, I don't know, 5 kids. Somebody may have no kids. At the end of the day, you might be 62 while somebody else is 32. You might be able to work for a living. Somebody, you know, is already retired. Health conditions, you know, you own your home. You don't own your home. You're currently renting. You're living overseas. You have a skill set that's specialized. You'll always be hired versus you won't be hired. Planning for the future requires more than what do I invest in, you know, gold, silver, you know, crypto. I've always said the quickest, easiest way is to fucking plan out a simple thing. Try to have 3 months worth of cash, meaning 3 months worth of living. And 2 seconds, I got on the phone coming in, 2 seconds. Okay, this one's muted. It keeps saying muted. I think this is my guy from the island. All right, anyway, he keeps getting muted. You try to have 3 months worth of cash for everything that covers. So take a look at what costs your life for 1 month, times that by 3. So hopefully things will be fixed by 3 months. Okay? At the end of the day, try to have about $500 to $1,000 worth of gold. Why? Shit gets bad, ATMs run dry. No matter where you are in the world, you got gold. 1 second. He says, I'm calling in muted. Listen. Okay. He's saying, how does this shit work? I'm like, dog, I don't think you're doing too good there. How do you listen? I'm calling in muted. No, unmute. 2 seconds. So you try to have about 500, 1,000 worth of gold. And also, if you can, try to have about the same or a little bit more than that in silver. In case anything happens and you have to go to hard currency, this is not just for the United States. This is basically across the world. If you right now were in one of the bad areas right now, cash, gold, silver, Bitcoin, you'll be good to go. It's really simple. You don't even got to do something crazy. When you got metal, when you got cash, and when you got crypto in a place where things went south, you're a king. Okay, all right, but you're going to hear my kids yelling. That's okay. Where are the kids? I don't care. It's okay. I don't care if your kids are yelling. Listen, trust me. With the topic we're talking about tonight, we can have people screaming in the background.
Right on. That's what we need.
No, I'm going over how to prepare for an economic collapse. Different than a market downturn. So I'm just trying to think like, okay, I like hearing what other people will think. What would you do if, let's say tomorrow, the market collapsed, the dollar's gone, the bank shut down? What would be your plan?
I'm running out of the room. Well, the first thing I would do, obviously, is log on to YouTube and see what Mr. Lou has to say about this.
The fucking black van will probably come and pick me up again.
Right. You know, I think we've all been mentally preparing up until this point, right? We see that crash coming. We hear everything that everybody's talking about. Nobody believes it. Even our families don't believe that this is coming.
Yeah.
Right? And we see what's happening around us, and everybody's complaining about the prices, and we're saying, no, it's going to get worse, man.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I was telling people my hand to God before 2000, before September 11 happened. I was telling people, I looked around, I was in Los Angeles, as a matter of fact. I was in the West Side Mall, and I just saw everybody living their life perfectly. And I just said to myself, this is not possible. Financially, you're not supposed to have everybody doing well. You're supposed to have different, income levels across the board. But all of a sudden, it was the .com. Everybody had money. Everybody was investing in the market. And I got a cold fear, and I was like, oh, shit. So I started cleaning things up and whatever. And when I was in LA, I came back over to the East Coast, and we started to see the whole, obviously 9/11 happened. And then they turned around and said, go shopping. They lower the interest rate. When they lower the interest rate to 0, I don't think people really understood that. There were 2 things that happened in my lifetime that technically set the catalyst for the economic collapse in the future. One, when I was born, they took us off the gold standard. That already killed the dollar. But what kept the dollar up was that emotional connection of it's the dollar. It's used around the world. It's the dollar. But in 2001, when they dropped the rates down to 0, technically making money worthless, the only thing that was supporting it is nobody else had a currency to replace it. But now you look around the world, China is like literally a couple of months away from connecting their system to the SWIFT system to be able to have an international currency, the yuan. We are so close to it. That's why I tell people all the time if they don't get the message. When you get your money, move fast. Buy your homes, your cars, do whatever you have to do, because we are right now on the edge of China making its move, taking its place on the center stage, and making that yuan the currency. We have a lot of other small countries moving over to Bitcoin using the blockchain for international settlements. And here we are in the States with what we got going on with the economy and the market and the supply chain. I mean, I fuck around a lot, and I'm a clown by nature. But trust me, since I have people that I love to death that they feel like, no, that's not possible. How is it possible? I'm like, because I've been doing this shit since I was 14 years old, and everybody that was smarter than me, which is a lot of people, were always telling me that one day the music was going to stop. Let me tell you something. The musicians, them motherfuckers are getting tired. And I think somebody put down the tuba and doesn't want to play the violin anymore. So, yeah, don't worry about people not listening to you. You prepare for you, and you prepare for them. Because nobody believes in, an earthquake can never happen here. A hurricane can never happen. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Emergencies happen.
I've been listening to you since the very first video, right? The ones that are still listening to you and not listening to all the bullshit on Twitter are the ones that are reading between the lines and trying to pull the data out of your stories. Stories are funny, the data's good, sometimes the data's hidden, right? And people get mixed up with the way you tell the story, but the data is good and all the facts are there. And that's why you have such a good following. But hey, let me just ask you real quick, why couldn't we just pull it all out and shove it in our mattress? Isn't that a better idea?
Well, here's the thing.
That was in a gold?
It used to be just like that before. You could do that. Like you look at 1929, 1930, even when the market collapsed down and basically people were in the street looking for food, the dollar still had value. This time when the market goes down, let's say you have $300,000 under the bed or $3 million. You do not know if they're going to devalue that currency or bring in an alternate digital currency. See, so that's kind of like the tricky thing. That's why I tell people you got to think like a basket of survival currency. You got to have cash, you got to have gold, you got to have silver, and you got to have crypto. For me, I choose Bitcoin because, like I said, if I got on a plane with a cold wallet and landed in South Korea, they're going to accept it. Do you understand? That's how I look at it. So stuffing the money under just cash. Let me tell you something. The way I say it this way is cash, gold, silver, crypto, which obviously we're saying with Bitcoin. Then try to get at least 3 months to 6 months of the things that you would have to buy using your cash, gold, silver, and crypto. So this way, because listen, when things go south, Antibiotics in Venezuela were going for a couple of $1,000s. Like we're talking about IV bags. Because people were running in, and only the upper wealthy were able to A, get their family treated, or run to Panama, or get on a plane and go to Miami. And this happened in Argentina. I mean, this happened all over. I remember when Mexico, when the peso devalued in the 90s, you had people that were well-to-do. They were just decimated because they were holding nothing but the national currency. But then you have poor people working on the border that people paid them in dollars that were poor, but they had dollars. All of a sudden, they became the middle class. When it comes, it's going to be very fast and not forgiving. So just remember what I told you. It doesn't matter what people tell you. You prepare, because when the fucking balloon pops, you don't want to be the one that said, I should have done this and I should have done that, especially when you have the opportunity to do it now. Never forget about the story of the antibiotics, or when I goof around and say chicken at $9 billion, because yeah, ain't gonna be no almond milk in those fucking days. You'll be lucky if you'll be able to squeeze a cat for some milk or something.
How's this thing working? Is it just you? How many people are on this call? Is this going to be the new standard? I want to talk about aliens.
Oh no, we're going to talk about, probably do aliens tomorrow night. Right now I'm doing economic. So what I'm doing is I'm taking phone calls and I'm calling people back and I'm recording myself talking to you. So now when I get off the phone with you, I'll put it up and I'll see how people like the video. If they like the video, we'll continue doing more episodes of this. But it gets us through the weekend and it educates people. It gives us a home. That's the important thing about this. I don't give a fuck about YouTube or anything. At the end of the day, listen, YouTube's probably going to kill this episode anyway. Imagine the topic we're talking about. But if it's up for a day or two and people learn something, that's everything. So, giant love, brother.
This is real good. Yeah, you too, man, all around. And thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Nah, don't worry about it.
I speak for myself from the beginning. But listen, there's so much. The more we learn, and that's what this is all about. The more we learn, the more pissed off I am about how fucked the nation is, the world is, the economy, and how much we're lied to. And all we can do is band together, learn the truth, and move out of this as a team. So,
that's it. Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, when things get ugly, you're not going to care who's standing next to you, whether it's gay, straight, Muslim, Christian, old person, whatever. At the end of the day, these are realities. And I know a lot of people just keep looking at the market like, oh, it's down 1,000 points, no big deal, whatever. No, we have a credit crisis happening. Our economy has been running on credit. Everything has been credit and overvalued. And at the end of the day, one day, we must have a reset, whether we want it or it just happens. Because the only way for us to go forward is going to be through a reset. And that reset is going to wake up a lot of motherfuckers that go to Jamba Juice every day and try to get healthy. Like, it's going to be like...
We've been preparing, and we're going to catch them when they climb out of their hole.
There you go. giant love, brother.
Thank you for everything, man. Take it easy.
Take care, brother. Bye. All right, so I did, so far, the first episode. It's short, about 23 minutes or so, but I hope it helps motherfuckers, because we're going to open this up a little bit more, but that's up to you. So this was the first episode of Lou After Dark, talking about the economic collapse, economic downturn, how to survive it. So, giant love.